How to troubleshoot a PC that won't boot after assembly. Imagine you've just finished building your gaming PC, and when you press the power button, nothing happens. It can be frustrating, but don't worry. There are simple steps to find out what's wrong and fix it. First, check if the power supply unit is plugged in and switched on. Sometimes the power cable isn't fully seated or the switch is off. Make sure the 24-pin motherboard power cable and the 8-pin CPU power cable are securely connected. If you have a spare power supply, try swapping it to see if the original is faulty. Next, look at the front panel connectors. The cables from your case's power button, reset button, and LEDs need to be connected to the correct motherboard pins. Use the motherboard manual to double-check the pin layout. Incorrect connections here can prevent the PC from turning on. Then, inspect the RAM modules. Remove all RAM sticks and reinstall them one at a time, making sure they click into place. If your motherboard has multiple RAM slots, try booting with just one stick in the recommended slot. Faulty or incompatible memory can cause boot failures. Also, verify the CPU installation. Ensure the CPU is correctly seated without bent pins and that the cooler is mounted properly with thermal paste applied. An overheating CPU can cause shutdowns or prevent booting altogether. Confirm that the CPU fan cable is plugged into the CPU fan header on the motherboard. If you're using an all-in-one liquid cooler, make sure the pump is powered. To narrow down hardware issues, try booting with only essential components. Remove extra drives, expansion cards, and peripherals. Use integrated graphics if your CPU has it, and only keep the CPU, one RAM stick, motherboard, power supply, and monitor connected. This minimal setup helps identify if a specific part is causing the problem. Resetting the BIOS can also help. Remove the motherboard's CMOS battery for about 10 minutes or use the motherboard jumper to clear the BIOS settings. After doing this, power on and enter the BIOS to load default settings. This step can fix issues caused by incorrect BIOS configurations. If your motherboard supports BIOS updates, consider flashing the latest firmware. Sometimes compatibility issues with new hardware can prevent booting. Follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully to avoid damaging the motherboard. If none of these steps work, test individual components in a known working system or swap parts to find the faulty piece. Faulty motherboards, RAM, or power supplies are common culprits. Lastly, if the PC powers on but does not load the operating system, check the storage device connections. Make sure the boot drive is recognized in BIOS and set as the first boot device. You might need to reinstall or repair the operating system using a bootable USB drive. Paying close attention during post-build checks helps prevent many common issues. Taking your time and methodically testing each part can save you hours of frustration and get your gaming rig running smoothly.